Chicago, rock and roll, Chicago, my hometown. Well, I was born in the city, gonna rock the city, Chicago. Chicago rock and rollers are the best year out around.
Hey, this is Paul Martin
And Ray the Roadie.
for the Rock and Roll Chicago podcast. What's new, Ray? We're back here at the studio at the Illinois Rock and Roll Museum on Route 66.
Yes, and I'm over here by the bakery here, and I'm proofing some dough.
You are?
I am. I'm going to make some bread.
Okay, you're proofing it?
I'm proofing it.
You're proofing it.
Proofing, yes.
Oh.
It's something that bakers do to dough. It's called proofing. They put it in some sort of a stove, and I guess it warms up before it becomes bread.
Hey, does it poof up? Is it poofing?
I think it does poof.
It's poofing.
Like a bouffant.
I see.
A bouffant or something like that. But, it's I hear that it's valid.
It's a valid thing.
It's a valid thing that proofing the bread is a valid thing.
What about whiskey?
Whiskey proofing is really good.
Yeah.
Yes, I always wanted to be a whiskey proofer.
Are you doing any of that?
I have proofed it a few times. Yes,
You've tasted it.
I have tasted it. Yes, it's very tasty.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So
we've got valid proof today.
we do have valid proof. Amazing how that all works out.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So Valid Proof is a band from Will County, Joliet, New Lenox area. Where else?
In beautiful Illinois.
Yes.
Just outside Chicago, there's a place called Illinois.
Yes, and there's a county called Will, and that's where they're from, and they do a lot of gigs out this way, which is where we are right now. We're in Will County.
We are Will County at our studio at the Rock and Roll Museum on Route 66.
So let's get to it and find out what we talked with AJ, the youngest member of the band.
The youngest, but the newest was a man named Ray.
Ray Rowe. Ray, not Ray the Roadie, but Ray Rowe.
Right.
And we talked to Russ, and we talked to Mickey, the lead singer. Russ is the guitar player, and they had a lot of information to
share with everybody.
To share with us, and so let's let's talk to them and see what they have to say.
Let's do it.
Hello, welcome to the show today. Today we're speaking with Valid Proof. How you guys doing? We've got AJ.
Great.
We got AJ and Russ and Mickey and Ray. And
What?
we're missing not you, Ray. Not you, Ray. We got a different Ray. And who are we missing?
Rich.
Missing Rich. What happened to Rich?
He has a doctor's appointment that he put.
Well, that's a shame. He's going to miss out on those wonderful parting gifts we have.
That's right.
The little Pontiacs that are parked out back that we're giving to everybody that attends today.
You get a car and you get a car. You get a car.
Rich don't get a car.
Rich doesn't get one. So tell us a little bit about Valid Proof. What's the, how long's the band been together, when the band gets started, and
That's Mickey and I go back. Mick, was back in his early 70s playing together. The Valid Proof model of this run, I guess, of iterations of things probably started back in the early 80s, I would guess, with Valid Proof. And we're primarily a cover band, did some original stuff early on, but Mick and I have been playing back and forth. We've gone through bass players, drummers. Rich, the guitar player, who's not here today, I think we started playing together when we were 15 or 16. All Will County kind of guys, if you will.
Okay.
I took my first guitar lesson at Otto Mote's guitar shop down the street years ago, if you're from this area. But so we've been playing in and out of bars and events and benefits and for more seriously in the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah, about 15.
And you're Russ, just so people here recognize the voices.
Yeah.
And you play guitar.
I do.
He's lead.
I do.
Plays lead.
I do.
So Mickey, tell us your story. How did you?
Well, I started out in a band when I was about, 12 or 13 years old. I started playing drums, and then this kid from the neighborhood came over and he was listening, and he got behind the drums, and he was fantastic. So I was no longer a drummer. So then I started singing. So.
Oh, you're the drummer that became the lead singer, right? Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So I know a few of you guys.
and then I was in a band in Aurora called the Fabulous Debonaires. And we were together for 5 or 6 years. And we played all the big nightclubs around there in the 70s, like the Studio One and Lottery.
Malos?
Pardon me?
Malos?
Malos? No, I
No.
never played that.
Malos and back in.
Our claim to fame back then was opening up for Gary Puckett in the Union Gap.
All right.
But you guys all dress the same too, didn't you?
No, not really.
So you really weren't debonair.
No, we weren't that debonair. But we worked pretty continuously. So
I just wonder how many people are out there now looking up debonair on there. Hey Siri, what is debonair?
That's good stuff.
So I've been singing for, I don't know, 50 years.
All right, AJ, you seem to be, you haven't been in the band for 50 years. I know that.
No.
No. So tell us your story.
So my grandpa is the lead singer in the band,
Okay.
and their drummer that they had moved, and the drummer before that passed away. So
That was Rich's brother.
So
It seems like it's a family affair type of thing, right?
yeah, somewhat. I mean, I got the drummer who passed away. I have his drum set,
Okay.
Yeah.
and they needed a drummer. So, and I've been a drummer for a long time. I've been playing drums since I was like 3.
Yeah, I put him on drums when he was in diapers. I bought him a set of drums when he was 3 years old.
That's what you do to grandkids.
Yeah.
Send them home with the
I
drums.
started.
Well, he was going to all of our gigs, and he was fascinated with Chuck, our drummer. So that's where it took him.
I started out playing the blues, and I'm playing the blues now.
All right. So the band is basically blues or rock and roll or what?
Yeah, we like to. If you had to put us in a genre, it would be '70s blues rock for the most part. The kind, it's always a trade-off between the music you grew up with and love, wanting to play that, and also being respectful of what the audience wants to hear. So we even dabble into some of the '80s and '90s stuff a little bit, and been known to throw a country song in there every now and then for people hooting and hollering. But I would say, by and large, we're at a period of time we're almost an Allman Brother tribute band, and did a lot of that work. And I think AJ was around, and he knew all the songs by heart, which was really easy for him to make the transition to the band, which is good.
Right.
But to this day, yeah, we play a pretty cross section of music all the way across, danceable music as well as stuff that you want to listen to. Seriously.
All right, Ray. So you're up, Ray.
Oh, not me. I'm sorry.
I've been playing I started out on guitar originally, and about 4 years after playing, the drummer,
Let there be light.
the drummer that I was playing with started working with a guitar player who was an inspiration of mine that got me started 4 years earlier. And he said that the guy would be interested in coming and checking us out to play with us. So I thought, we didn't have a bass player at the time, so I thought, well, maybe I'll give bass a shot and see how it goes. So I didn't have a bass at the time, so I borrowed a friend's bass. It only had 3 strings on it. I don't know which strings they were at this point in time, but the guy came over and he played with us, and he complimented. He said, "You're good on that." So I've been playing bass pretty much ever since.
Have you graduated 4 strings now?
I went to 4 strings.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, I did.
Good.
Yeah. And then I've been playing with a number of bands throughout the area, through Shorewood and Joliet, Lockport, and down south, Braidwood, Wilmington. About a year ago, I got a call from Mickey through a mutual friend, asking me if I'd do some jobs with them. And I said, sure. So we practiced twice and went out and did our first job. And then we did a couple more. And I'm really glad I got with them. They're a great bunch of people. And I'm really impressed with the drummer. So
AJ's the youngest, but you're the newest member. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the See, I'm kind of a bourbon and Scotch connoisseur, so I'm kind of liking the whiskey. So I'm assuming that Valid Proof has got a whiskey connection.
There is, and probably some other things as well too. But I mean, by and large, yeah, whiskey works for us. I think it's funny. I would guess if you could go to the Wayback Machine and went back 20 years ago, you'd see more of that. And you see now we're pretty like everybody else, a little more reserved than we were in the past.
So where did the name come from?
The backstory on Valid Proof was we had several of the guys, the drummer who passed away earlier, a couple of them were Caterpillar.
Bass player.
Yeah, and a bass player. And one of them got in trouble and basically ran some disciplinary measures or something with work. And, they said you lack valid proof for whatever the excuse was of that day, whatever involved with that job. So the name kind of stuck, and that was probably going back 30 years ago, I guess, something like that.
Okay, kind of like a rip on the boss there.
Yeah, a little bit, and it worked. I mean, and there has been that relationship between that and proof with liquor. So that's not a bad analogy either, especially with our crowd of people. They obviously like to have a good time, and we became a bunch of a party band for the most part, which is good.
So how'd you guys do during COVID?
We didn't do too. We practiced.
Yeah.
We didn't go out and do many gigs. So.
Yeah, everything pretty well shut down.
Yeah.
Well, everybody was in the same boat. Right. We were able to get in and do some quasi studio work and put some stuff up on YouTube that we wouldn't probably gotten a chance to do. For the most part, I think I'm the only one who still
did a couple biker parties.
Parties that were there. The people who were defiant and
Sure.
It's kind of hard to sing with a mask on, It doesn't work well. But yeah, so COVID got a bit of a reset. And the people that we were playing with, other venues, have called us back, said, "Look, we're open for business again." So I think we're excited about coming up into 22. That's seeing a lot of that same activity for the weekends and the bike rallies and things we used to do a lot of. So.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of even big bands. I mean, national acts. Totally wrote off 21 and said we just gotta wait and go out in 22.
Yeah,
and I think you're seeing more of that now. I just heard the Eagles are touring.
They're there,
and so.
Yeah, to that, we saw some people at the last couple of gigs we did. The crowds were pretty damn big, and they're hanging around. And I think there's a pent up energy there that said, "Look, we want to get out. We want to go to a venue.
Right.
We want to see things." And I think live music might be back again. A little bit from a venue standpoint.
Right, I certainly hope so.
Yeah.
Well, they just had over 200,000 people at the Phoenix Open this past weekend.
Yeah,
that's a lot of people on one hole.
Yeah.
And look at the Super Bowl.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So you guys hail from Will County, you said, right?
Yeah.
You pretty much stick around Will County playing, or you move?
Yeah, we go down to Kankakee and we'll go anywhere. We'll play anywhere.
Southern Cook. We get up.
If the price is right, we'll play.
Yeah. The chasing gigs.
You said you had some original material years ago. What was that? It was like a blues rock or something?
Blues rock for the most part. I mean, we all kind of grew up, I think, in that era where you had British blues rock or you had, the Three Kings, right? I mean, we all listened to that and grew up on that and listening to WGLD and listening to, the good rock music that came out of Chicago late at night especially. And I think a lot of us liked playing that music, so we did that. So some of the stuff that we did were kind of along the lines of blues rock. And I mean, there's also a period of time that there wasn't a lot of interest in that. I mean, we saw the 80s hair band period come and go. We saw a lot of female singers out there singing, and here we are still playing the kind of music that we kind of grew up listening to. Mm-hmm. And that's that whole balancing act of how do you put stuff together that people like as well.
Are you still playing any original music or no?
Not too much.
No?
Not too much. We got a couple songs, but they want to be able to get out and dance. And matter of fact, we have front and back sheet on our set list. And depending upon what the crowd is, we had a gig Saturday night.
Flip it over.
That's where all the dance songs were. And we hope nobody got hurt on the dance floor.
So what's a favorite of one of your originals?
we had a thing that sounded a little bit like Muddy Waters music, kind of a slow up-paced blues song we used to do that it had built some dynamics through it, but at the same time had some nice solo work.
What was that one called?
Memories of You. I mean, I suppose if the lyrics were original, but if you looked at the music, you probably could find that same 1-4-5 blues in a lot of different songs. But it was fun. It had some dynamics that fun.
Well, that's what the blues are, right? 1-4-5. Yeah.
And sometimes they'll throw some other things in
Yeah.
there, but for the most part, you're right.
Pretty much, you just change the words and it's a new song.
Throw in a seventh chord.
A good model, right? It works.
Yeah. Right, if it didn't work, they wouldn't be doing it, right?
Yeah, right. So right. So true. So I think we're looking forward to an upcoming 22, getting out and playing some more, and we're seeing. Matter of fact, we played this summer at a gig with some people that was out towards Kankakee, I think, Mika, or out there in that area.
Yeah, past Kankakee.
Party, and people came up to us and said, "Look," he goes, "Man, thank you for taking me down memory lane. You know, we're hearing songs that I grew up with that I used to drive around in my car and listen to." And he goes, "You guys brought me back again." And so I think. Obviously, AJ's with us because he grew up listening to that. Obviously, I don't think he drove around listening to that music. And Ray, but it kind of fits that groove, and we have a great time when we come out.
I was going to ask AJ if how did you get into it?
He introduced me to the music, but that's only music I listen to. I don't listen to any new music because it's not music, basically.
Right.
Exactly.
Good answer.
I like this kid. Yeah.
He's an Elvis fanatic too.
Okay.
Really?
There you go from a 20-year-old. I mean, that's a testimony about what music's doing.
Well, he grew up listening to Elvis.
He didn't like the Super Bowl, the halftime at the Super Bowl, huh?
Yeah.
Hated it.
Yeah.
I think I cleaned my sock drawer at that time.
Yeah.
America's Funniest Videos were on the other channel.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, there's no haters here.
I think it was America's Funniest Videos were on that channel. Yeah.
I'm just not into rap. I never was.
No. So you guys got anything scheduled coming up, for this year yet, or have you booked anything?
We just played Saturday night.
Okay.
We played over at the Joliet Moose.
Okay.
Okay.
And got a couple of coals in the fire now. We just basically started getting out about 4 or 5 months ago.
Okay. As everybody has. Yeah.
So, I think we had a call from a gentleman from Indiana where we've got lined up, and of course we've got a couple things in the summer. Sunday afternoon bike crowds that go out. There's some place out by Seneca and that area, so we'll be.
Yeah, Fat Daddies
yeah. TJ Cars.
TJ Cars.
Yep. Kind of our haunts.
Mm-hmm. Is that outside of TJ's?
Yeah, it is.
So they must have rebuilt that stage since the last time I was there.
Well, it's a different truck that you're on than it used to be.
Okay.
It's a better, more modern truck that you're playing.
Yeah, they used to have some really nasty stage there.
Yeah. But I mean, it's when you play our kind of music, you're typically going to find people our age, and that not really. Look at AJ, look at some of the other people that really like that genre of music, and they come out and listen to you. And to be honest with you, you can have a good time. And most of the songs they know, right? I mean, or I've heard them before on the radio, at least if they're all hip, right? I'd like to think.
You get carded when you go into these places, AJ?
No.
Tell him I'm with the band.
I'm with the band. Yeah. I'm with the band.
Yeah. He does get the look from some of the women, though. I mean, that's a whole kind of stuff.
Well, I see. Yeah, I'm sure you guys get the looks too, right? Yeah.
The singer does a lot.
Yeah.
So what places do you usually
Just
play
like
around?
my grandpa over here.
Well, like I said, we'd play anywhere. We've even played outlaw clubhouses.
Okay.
We've done a couple of gigs for the Outlaws, which were great bunch of people, man. I mean, they waited on us. They sent the waiters up to the stage with drinks, and the money was right there. Everybody was friendly, and we had a good time.
Yeah, I think the music that we play,
Allman Brothers and Skinner
Right.
and stuff is stuff they like.
Do you have any favorite venues you like to play at, or?
I like playing at Long Shots. It's a nice venue.
Yeah, we played at Harrah's. It's the casinos around with those. A couple of those have been okay.
We played the Triple Play in New Lenox, and we opened up for Kansas and Blue Oyster Cult.
Okay.
A couple years ago. Nice venue.
That was a nice venue.
I mean, we like venues where you don't have to bring sound, right? Or they
Right.
have their own sound. I mean, it's
Right. Do you guys have a sound guy?
we've used a few over the years, but we don't like the other night. We just brought our own equipment, so we got some of them. We tweak it ahead of time.
I see.
Rich is our sound guy.
Yes, that's
I was just say because a sound guy can make or break a band, and
yeah.
A few gigs we've hired sound guys
Yeah, depending upon the venue and the size.
with the lights, and they bring the whole
Right.
crap.
right.
But then that takes a big portion of your,
That's right.
your take. So
Yeah, a big portion.
a bigger portion than we make, probably.
Yeah. But sometimes it's well worth it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, clearly, I think everybody in this band, we're doing it because we love it. We love to play and love to play out, and love to get the reaction for the crowd. And we're not in this. We have no unrealistic expectations about, a long journey to someplace. It's going to.
You don't want to be a millionaire or rock and roller? Or? No.
It's overrated, I understand.
Just want to party, that's all.
That's right.
Just make enough to buy a bus to drive
That's
around in.
It works. It works.
So no distance playing, huh?
No, not really.
No.
Mostly around the Chicago area, south suburbs, up around Aurora. And again, with the Sunday afternoon crowd, it's typically down south and east and west. Right? So it's smaller locations.
Right.
Well, it's gone. Well, it's gone away. Well, it's gone. Well, it's gone away. You done me wrong.
Now, Ray and AJ probably have had some other experiences with some other bands doing things. We've traveled a lot more.
So AJ played with another band.
I played with 2 other bands. My one band that I was in, we played mostly around here and stuff. But the other band, we played in Chicago a lot. We played at the Bean. We played at Reggie's.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Reggie's a nice club.
We also played. We did a lot of battle of the bands.
What kind of music did you play?
Classic rock,
Nice.
like Zeppelin and stuff.
Right.
I've played across the street,
At the Forge.
At the Forge.
but before it was the Forge. We played there when it was Mojo's
Mojo's, yeah.
and when it was the Tree. But we were the last band that played there, so this place didn't want to book us because they didn't want our bad mojo or something.
You were the last band for both venues?
Yeah.
Oh, gee.
Yeah. The last time it was the Tree, they closed down and our banner was still hanging on the stage.
Wow.
I've been playing classic rock and blues for like my whole life.
Okay.
And he still plays across the street when they have that. They have something called 815, where she has like young talent on Sunday afternoons.
Okay.
They do. He's the house drummer over there
Oh, okay.
once a month.
Very cool.
Very cool. When does that happen?
This Sunday actually.
Oh really?
It's like the second Sunday of the month.
Yeah.
So what's your typical set consist of? I mean, as far as song list.
Allman Brothers, Whipping Post, One Way Out, stuff like that. We do some Neil Young, Bad Company, Eric Clapton,
ZZ Top.
ZZ Top,
Elvis.
Elvis,
Dwight Yoakam.
We do it all, Like Russ was saying, we used to do a lot of Allman Brothers stuff. I mean, people thought we were an Allman Brothers tribute band back 10 years ago.
So can we? If you guys get stuff on YouTube, or or can we get some copies of some stuff?
Sure. Yeah.
We can interject some music in
Absolutely.
here at times.
Yeah, we've got a couple Dollar songs. We got a Yoakum song on there. We've got some Allman Brothers on there.
Tom Petty.
Tom Petty. Yeah. And so far they haven't taken those down. So it's just they worked out a deal where they monetize that. So I think we're good.
B.B. King. We got on there.
Some blues stuff. Yeah, absolutely. BB's on there.
You going to keep doing Neil Young, or you going to pull him from?
No, I like Neil Young. Neil Young's all right.
Yeah. Yeah, matter of fact, when we played Saturday night, we mentioned, he goes, no, I get some Neil Young we're going to play, and there's some moaning in the crowd.
Yeah.
So, now, wait a minute, guys.
Yeah.
We're going to see any masks here, so it's okay.
Yeah.
And but we do some of I think it's good stuff.
Neil Young does. He's
Powderfinger
got some
and
great tunes.
Yeah, great tunes, sir. Some nice harmonies for us that work well for the vocal, which is good.
You do the singing, Mickey, but you guys do background singing, or you guys take turns?
I sing too.
Russ and AJ do
Yeah.
background.
Yeah, Mick is like a Paul Rogers range, if you can kind of envision.
Okay, sure.
It's pretty good for his stuff.
That's why you do some Bad Company, right?
And Ray won't sing. I'm trying to get him to sing, but he won't.
How about now, Ray? You got a little tune in you?
I might have one. I'm more country type
Yeah.
vocals, yeah. But I want to start singing some.
I noticed you chimed in with the White Yoke.
You heard that, didn't you,
I
Russ?
heard that. Yeah.
We've got it on tape now. We've got it recorded,
okay.
so we'll hold them to it.
Yeah.
So you played in a country band then, or?
I did play in a short-lived country band, and we played we practiced for a couple months, and we started to do some jobs, and I had a lot of it had a lot of potential, I think, but the guitar player, he met a girl, and 2 weeks later he was getting married, sold his equipment, and then we got
his dog died, and pickup truck got stolen. Right.
Yeah, and then we tried a couple other people out, but then it kind of fizzled out and went away. In the 70s, I was playing with a rock band Amsterdam. We was playing a lot around here, Lockport and Joliet, Shorewood.
You guys remember the Edifice?
Edifice?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I played there. Yeah, we was there.
Yeah.
It's like name a bar, and we probably
Yeah.
Remember the Mist, the Shore Club?
Shore Club, I remember.
18th Amendment.
Yeah.
Well, that was the Shore Club.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I saw Cheap Trick out there before they really went big.
Really?
Yeah, and they were doing a full show.
Where, at the Shore Club?
Yeah, I don't know what it was called at that point, but it was right before they made it big.
Yeah, I saw them in a lot of small venues back then.
Yeah, I thought these guys are going to go somewhere.
Yeah.
And they did.
Go figure.
You hit it right in the head.
Yeah.
And then there's bands out there that should have gone somewhere and didn't.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But yeah, I remember the Edifice. I remember it was just a small little club, and smoke filled. Of course, nowadays none of them are smoke filled, but we walk in, there was a layer of smoke about yo high.
You gotta duck down the seat.
Yeah. Although it made the lights look cool.
Yeah.
Lady.
Yeah, and bands were playing there. I mean, literally.
Oh, yeah.
The band. It was a little loud, but it was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
Trying to think of some other clubs too. I can't remember.
Hideaway in Lockport.
The Mist. Remember the Mist?
Mist. I don't remember.
Broadway Street?
No, I don't remember that one. I remember a place in not in Little Joliet Mall, but it's a mall down here on Larkin.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, what was it? The Golden Fox?
Yeah.
No, I forget what the name of the place was. Kind of around the back.
Yeah, I remember
It was
that
in
one.
the back. And that was pretty popular during the disco period. That was a hot spot.
Yeah.
I know I was there for a party one time, and they did the Love Train, and somebody went around outside the building, did the Love Train, came back, they closed the door and went back in. So.
Pay another cover charge to get in, right?
There you go.
Yeah, good deal. But we don't want the impression that all we did is go to bars, but I mean, mostly went to bars.
Yeah, that's
That's where the money was.
Typical bar band, yeah.
That's right.
You know, we tell you what, some of the good owners, the bad owners, the people who paid, people who didn't pay. You know, you boys all drink more than you guys.
Yeah.
And discussion, right?
So what's your gear of choice? What do you like to play, Ross?
You know, I've got a lot of guitars. I've been playing since I've been 10 or so I've accumulated quite a few. But I've got my good stuff I keep at home and stuff I gig with. I've got an old SG that I play with nice electronics in it, and you know, switched to Friedman amps just not long ago. But I've got a lot of vintage Fenders play as well too. Kind of depends on the size of the venue and where you're at.
Sure.
I've flirted with some digital stuff a little bit, Kemper, but you know, I keep coming back to good tube equipment.
Good tube amp, yeah.
Good tube amp, you know, if you can find one that's no printed circuit board, you know, that has a point-to-point wiring stuff is good.
Nice warm sound.
Nice warm sound. But I've got ES-175s, old Gibsons and Les Pauls, and sometimes you bring those out, and Telecasters, and what depends on the song.
Yeah.
Mick, how about you?
I don't play.
You don't play nothing?
No, I sing.
Okay, I thought you might play something too.
But he's got a nice Sennheiser he likes.
I play a little harmonica once in a while, a little blues.
Acoustic harmonica or electric?
Acoustic.
How about you, AJ?
I gig a red Ludwig drum set, but I just recently got a custom snare from a company in Nashville that I am going to buy the rest of the drum set for it, and I'm probably going to start gigging that.
There you go. Very cool.
Well, AJ also runs a charity. Maybe you can tell you a little bit about
I run a
that.
501c3 nonprofit.
Okay.
It's called Recycled Rhythm.
Okay.
I collect used percussion or any instruments, and I refurbish them, and I give them to kids and adults with special needs.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Very cool.
All right, for all our listeners out there.
How do we have someone find out?
Do you have any cards with you, AJ?
We have a Facebook page and an Instagram.
What are the
It's Recycled Rhythm Inc. on Facebook and Instagram.
All righty.
Very cool.
Get some people out there.
You looking for donations for instruments and what have you?
We're looking for donations. People do donate the drums too, because with COVID, we were no one wanted us to be in their house
Right.
donating drum sets, so it was on hold for a long time. So we're just trying to get it back up and going.
Awesome.
Is it just drum sets?
No, I've gotten trumpets, trombones, guitars, clarinets.
Harmonicas?
Yeah. I got a harmonica.
That's very cool.
That sounds like a great organization there. Good for you. And Ray, what do you...
I have a number of basses, but the one I prefer is an Ibanez. It's a neck through. I bought it and it had a light G string, so I took it back. It
G-string.
Yeah, it wasn't equal.
Oh, my. Those kind of bars.
Oh yeah, we play those.
So I took it back and told the guy the G string's light, and he said, "Well, we could change the pickups out with the Ibanez pickups, but he says I would recommend going with EMG." So I said, "Well, okay, let's do that." So he switched the EMG pickups in it, and I've been using that pretty much ever since as my main bass. But I've accumulated a number of them, other kinds, but I still that's the one I prefer. And for my amplification, I use Mark bass right now mainly. I got a couple 210 cabinets that really sound nice. I also have single 12, 2 of those. I'm thinking about bringing those in just to get a little more depth.
It's no stacks, no full stacks or anything, guys.
Travel light.
A little heavy to carry nowadays.
Travel light.
I had some one amp. It was really nice, but when I bought it, they said it was 65 pounds, and then when I got it, it was approaching 100.
Yeah.
It sounded so good that I went out and bought a dolly, and I used that for a number of years, and then I thought, it's heavy.
Yeah,
So I found the Mark bass works real good.
It got heavier as years went on. Didn't
It sure did.
Yeah.
Yes.
I find that too. Yeah.
No custom equipment with the tuck and roll
Right.
No.
interior.
All right.
Yeah.
Did I see you had a Rickenbacker on one of your videos?
That was the other bass player.
The other bass player? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I tried. I used the Rickenbacker. Ernie Flanagan had one, and I went out and I got to play. He set in on a couple songs, and he had a strap on it that was way too long, so I had to sit down on the stage to play it.
So, what do you guys got coming up as far as gigs? Anything in the next month or so?
They want to book us again over here at the Moose, and I think we're going to be playing at Long Shots
Okay.
probably within a month or so. Over here on off of Jefferson Street, isn't it? Yeah.
And we had another gig coming up in
Indiana or something.
Indiana, line to do. So that's beginning of kick. And then in summer months will be typical Sunday afternoon.
You do most of the booking, Mickey, or?
Russ and I.
Yeah. Just whatever comes across the phone lines, or you go out and look for stuff, and
They don't sound like serial killers. You'll take it.
yeah.
So where can people find Valid Proof out in the social world?
Right here.
We got a Facebook site. Obviously, it's Facebook, the Valid Proof Band, and YouTube is the Valid Proof Band as well too. Both of those are out there. It's you can subscribe to that, become a friend, and follow us and find out where we're going to be playing. It's about as steep as we go with that. A little bit of Instagram, but not a great deal.
No website.
No website, just using Facebook.
Just Facebook, right?
Yeah.
All right. So if anybody wants to get a hold of you, that's where they can find you.
Absolutely.
All righty.
Thanks, guys, for joining us.
Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
We'll see you out in the.
Come out and listen to us if you see us.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
I don't usually have anything going on the Sunday afternoons.
Sunday, you can go over there and listen to AJ.
That's right. That's Sunday. Go see AJ.
Yeah.
Great drummer.
All righty, guys. Thanks.
Thanks.
Hey, I'm a friendly stranger in a black sedan. I've been inside my car. I got candid pictures. I'm a lovable man. Take you to the nearest star. I'm your beautiful woman. Take you anywhere you wanna go.
So that was Valid Proof. That was Russ and AJ and Ray and Mickey, and they've been playing around for quite a while and doing a good job of it.
Many years, all the way back to the 70s. Do you remember the 70s, Paul?
Barely.
Yeah. Most of us don't.
If I do, then it means I didn't have a good time, right?
That's right. That's right. It was not a good night then.
Yes.
It was not a good one at all. So that was some good stories from them guys, especially from AJ, man. I'm very impressed. He's got that little foundation thing going, Recycled Rhythm, where he collects musical instruments and refurbishes them and gives it to people with needs.
Yeah, special needs.
Special needs. So that's a great thing he's doing. So you should check him out. His Facebook is Recycled Rhythm Inc. on Facebook, and check him out. And if you got any gear you're looking to donate to get rid of, get a hold of him.
Yes, it's very cool. Very cool. The young kid is doing stuff like that.
I know he should be on TV.
That's
Somebody
right.
should be doing Dateline should be doing a show about him.
Yes. Yeah. Well, Dateline does a lot of shows about people being murdered and stuff.
That's true. Yeah, maybe not Dateline. Maybe something else.
Yeah. 2020.
2020. CBS Sunday Morning.
There you go.
With Jane Pauley.
Yes. It's a good show, actually.
It is. And that would be perfect for him to be on there.
Actually, you turned me on to that show.
Did I?
Yes.
I like that show.
Yeah, it's very good. It's very good.
It is very good.
But so is Valid Proof very good. So be sure and check them out. Next next time you hear them being at a club or a venue or a festival near you.
And the cool thing is they do a lot of Sunday afternoon gigs. I mean, Sunday afternoon gigs are kind of fun.
Yeah.
During the summer, it's nice outside, nothing to do. Head out somewhere and check out some music.
Get your drink on early and then go home and rest and go to work the next day.
That's right. That's right. And you're sober by the time you get up for work.
That's right. So Valid Proof, we appreciate those guys coming in and spending some time with us here. So be sure and check them out. And thanks for listening, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.
See you next week. Bye-bye.
The Rock and Roll Chicago podcast does not own the rights to any of the music that's played on this podcast.
The music is used to promote the band or musicians that are interviewed.
Rock and roll Chicago.